Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be talking about how to be cool or what cool means. And you might be wondering, what do I know about cool? And I'm not the cool guy. To be honest with you, I'm the farthest thing from cool at times. I'm pretty introverted and shy. But having said that, I do have a lot of experiences that I really think can help you when you're struggling with being cooler or more awesome. And here's what I have to share with you. So I've been to a lot of different clubs and organizations and activities because I've always tried to push myself and meet people, make friends, etc., etc. And there's been a lot of different cliques in each of these organizations. Cliques as in CLIQUES. Now, why does this matter to you? Because when I've been to all these organizations, one thing I realized after a while was that what's cool to one group isn't that cool to another group. Or what makes someone awesome in one group, other groups don't care about. For example, one time I was playing volleyball, and everyone there was just so good at volleyball because it was some type of volleyball sports group. And obviously the people who seemed better, obviously it made me feel like, oh, they're the cool people. And you might have experienced that somewhere. Maybe it's your CrossFit club or whatever club it is, where the people who play that sport or do that activity, the ones who are the best at it, seem the coolest. But then when I went to a different place and I looked at the people around, I realized they didn't care at all. In fact, right after the volleyball group, one time I went straight to another group and they happened to just pick up and play volleyball just for fun. And here I was looking around and I was shocked, beyond shocked, just like amazed really, because all the people there was a lot of really attractive girls, and okay, not a lot, but like a few attractive girls, and they were like really bad at volleyball and they sucked at it. And then there's, guys there that really sucked at volleyball too. But to them, since they all suck so much and they didn't even realize how bad they sucked at it, they didn't care about that. And to them, the guys that were cool or awesome in their group were the funnier ones, or the more whatever, the ones that they preferred for whatever reason. So the point is that I used to think that, oh, you had to be good at this one thing. But that's oftentimes based off the preference and, scenario that you're placed in. And this wasn't the first time that this occurred. And the big lesson is that I used to think that, this would be awesome to have, but in reality, it is in certain environments when you're, in that group, but not always. And yes, there are universally attractive traits that I think are cooler. I'm taking this from a scientific and psychological angle. There's a lot of traits that we all know are cool, whether it's the guy who, has a muscular body, or the guy who is just really smooth, or can really make you laugh, or really does something that excites everyone. But even then, you can't be universally cool because someone's gonna hate you. Just look at any video on YouTube with over 100,000 views. There's always 1,000 people who dislike the video, no matter how awesome it is. And so awesome and cool are subjective to a certain extent. And if you want to improve it, I would say find what you're good at, find what you think is cool and awesome, and go to a group that does that. Now, having said that, I have heard that advice from females giving dating advice, and what ends up happening, you think Dungeons and Dragons or video games are cool, so you get really good at this thing that no girls care about, and then you still end up frustrated. So I just want to tack on some bonus advice there, just as constructive advice. I could be wrong, because to be honest, I'm not the super cool guy, but one thing you can try and do is maybe tack on universally cool traits, maybe your charisma, how funny you are, or maybe just something that's more appealing to girls that you still find cool. And then you just go to a group that really admires or cares about that, and that might help a lot. And this is such a profound video for me, and I just want to emphasize that, because if I don't, you won't realize how incredible this insight is to me. Because when I realized this after a while, I was just like, you know what? Who cares? I might go into this one group, whether it's CrossFit or basketball, or they're a singing group where everyone's really good at singing. And okay, I'm comparing myself to these people who are really good at singing, and to them I might suck and I might not be awesome. But every time I'll meet someone else, and I'll meet some attractive girl, and she doesn't care anything about this. She sucks at singing, she sucks at sports too, and I'm just like, you know what? The world's a vast place. Who gives a crap? So that's all I gotta say. Hopefully this video brought you some value, and if you do nothing else, I challenge you, if you're struggling with this too, to realize that you can be awesome, you can be cool. And recently PewDiePie, the most subscribed YouTuber, he actually did the same thing. I think he's matured a lot. He's still very childish sometimes, but he made a video recently where this guy got like picked on. He just ripped to shreds on the internet, and he made a video towards this guy, and the guy was like really nerdy, overweight, and all this stuff. And he just made a video and said, I think you're a pretty awesome dude. And that really meant a lot, even though he wasn't talking to me. And coming from this random Swedish YouTuber who has over 50 million subscribers, who used to be pretty nerdy too, and yet has matured a lot, made a lot of money. He obviously looks a lot better, probably because of the money, I don't know. But coming from this superstar successful person, I think it really just touched my heart, and it really just reminded me that cool and awesomeness is subjective, and it really is a strange world. And if you're younger, or maybe even if you're older, you might not have been exposed to enough different groups to really experience it as I have. So I encourage you to do that. Choose something that you're really interested in, that maybe potential friends or potential girls might find interesting, that you have the potential of being pretty good at. And it doesn't have to be something crazy. It just has to be something decent. And you can, I think, really go far, because in reality, I just keep getting surprised. A lot of these people really just, the average person just sucks at most stuff. So if you're just decently average and you show up in your small community, you're going to be seen as a superstar. You don't have to be the best in the world at something. And I think a lot of us, especially in the personal development space, we beat ourselves up because we're constantly comparing every single skill we do to the best in the world, and no one can be the best at everything. So really try it out for yourself. And if you don't believe me, just go to a lot of different groups and you'll see the same effect taking place. And it's just very interesting when you're just comparing yourself so much to that guy who's just really good at lifting weights or really good at soccer, and then in that little clique or little group, all the girls are like, oh, this guy is the best. But then you go into a different group and you're just equally as attractive girls or even more attractive. They could care less about that. So it's just a very interesting thing. And I'm not saying that nothing matters in terms of being cool, but just pick your battles or choose universally attractive cool traits. Of course, I'm still learning about this myself and I could be wrong. So if you have any advice, opinions that are proven and science-based or psychologically based or logically sound, go ahead and leave a comment to help out our community here. I know there's a lot of people who are struggling with the same issue or trying to get better and just really struggling like I have or like you have. And if you have some advice that can help them, please write it so that they can read it. so that they can be helped out. And please go into detail, you know, if you have any specific stories where you have a before and after, that's really going to help them a lot because they can trust you more. So if you have that, please go ahead and leave a comment below this video. And thanks so much for watching.